So brittle bones is a very serious disease and not a lot of people know about it. Here we have a good time all the time. See what I did there? Yeah. If you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscription button so you never miss one of my videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, if you are a returning Julsz, big up your nice clean self, thank you for returning, okay? So in today's video, I'll be talking about my illness. Now it's not a bad illness, it's not something to cry about, like I'm not dying or anything. I'm very well in the name of Jesus, you know. I'll be discussing osteogenesis imperfecta. Now 10 points to anyone who can spell that. So what osteogenesis imperfecta is, I would say it's a lack of ingredients within the bone. So you like if you have the disease, you break a lot easier. It also tells me that I do have white ancestors because it's not a black disease, it's not a black sickness, it's not a black illness. So you would have to come from a white background or have some form of white in you to have this I don't like calling it a disease. It sounds like disease. It is, that's what they call it. It's called brittle bone disease, but in the name of Jesus I don't have no disease. It's just brittle bones, okay? So how my mom always explains to me is like when you're building a house, you have concrete, right? And you have a measurement, so like maybe you have to put like 50% sand, 50% malt to make the concrete 100%. Now when people with OI are being formed or being made in the womb, it's like basically I'm lacking a certain percentage of something. Do you understand? So whereas your bones is 100% strong, sturdy, you can do rugby tackling and all this madness, I on the other hand cannot do that because I could easily break a bone, snap a bone. I must say though, over the years my bones have been very strong, so glory be to God. The last breakage I've had officially was back in college when I what did I break then? Bloody, there's been so many breaks. I can't remember. Honestly, how much you thought? I think it's about 14. And it's funny, I've never actually spoken about this on my channel, which I should have really told you guys. Your girl is a bit sicky over here. I'm a sick person. I'm not sick, I'm fragile.
Right,
I'm fragile.
Exactly.
I'm a princess. You gotta treat me with loving, tender care because I am fragile.
And please be clear, it's nothing to do with me.
What's that got to do with move? The reason why I have brittle bones is because my father has brittle bones and it comes from his mother's side. So my grandmother's family, practically all of us has got brittle bones. If not all of. Why are you laughing? It's not funny. Well, practically all of us are quite fragile and we all have blue eyes. You can't see it now, but when I was younger, the iris or the white bit of my eye was like dark blue. It was scary, like some vampire-ish out here, right? But now it's not like that. And I've got to say as well, big up to Brittle Bone Society.
Yay,
because that charity,
oh my God, you're the best.
That charity, if you're looking for a charity to support, you need to support Brittle Bone Society. Listen, they used to take me on trips. Yeah. They gave us a laptop, that charity right there. Big up Brittle Bone Society. Like when we went to the convention, I was the only black person there.
Only black one.
I was the
only normal person.
Yeah, and I was the only normal looking person because when you have brittle bones, you look. I wouldn't say you look deformed because that's so rude, but you're quite short. So like you're like 3 foot nothing, or you're in a wheelchair. You got to have pampers on. You do look quite.
Your hand in that straight.
Yeah.
So they used to question, do you really have it? Like,
they used to think I was lying because I was 5 foot something. I could walk on my own. I didn't go there with plasters or wheelchair or anything like that. But that's because my brittle bones is mild. I don't have it severely. And if I have it mild and I've broken 14 times. I used to have a friend that broke 60+ times to the point where the x-ray people said they're not going to do no more x-ray on her because it's going to give her radiation at this point. So brittle bones is a very serious disease, and not a lot of people know about it. So now we're going to hear from Mum, who is my mother. We're going to hear about how she found dealing with having a child with brittle bones. You know, yeah. So take it away. Prestige J-A-I-I.
Me say, please don't come Dr. Prestige.
Anyways,
so
I used the first time
when
I broke a bone.
Oh yeah, I was well, in the mornings I would get dressed to go to work, and at this point in time she was like about 7-8 months or something like that. So before I leave, I would make sure I give her a bath, dress her, put her nice powder, nice clothes, you know, and then I would leave her and go to work. So this morning now, I finished washing her and everything, dress her and everything. So you know, she started holding and stand up, so she was holding onto my shoulder and bouncing in the bed, and I heard crick, just like that. And let mom showed me and say, "You're not going to run." So me wonder what she talk about run. Me hear the sound here, so where am I going to run to? But she mean me not going to go to hospital or go to doctor with you. But me still not understand what happened. But you start crying like, oh my God, like him not hurt and pass away. So I went to the doctor. I tell you, some doctor wicked, you know. Some doctor very wicked. And the doctor upstairs villa in Negril. And the stupid doctor have the child leg a ring all over the place, and the pitney are dead with crying. And the doctor still because him of himself don't know what happened or whatever. So I leave there and somebody said to me, say, go to the clinic. Hear what is what, because the doctor just there ring up and don't even know what to do. So I went to the clinic and the clinic said to me, say, head straight to the hospital. Head straight to the hospital. And that's when we found out that your leg was broken right up here in the leg beat. But
did you know I had brittle bones?
That's why I paused just now. To be honest with you, I think I know that is something in your family, but I didn't know you actually have it until that time.
Okay.
Until that time. So what happened at the hospital now, they couldn't plaster it, it was too young. So they had to put, they sent me to buy this thing, and they had to put it in like a sling and like hang you up upside down.
Yeah. No. I have the picture somewhere.
You know what? I can laugh now. Yeah, share the picture.
Let me search for the picture in the meantime. Continue talking.
Yeah, you know what? I can laugh now, but then it would break my heart because every time I go in the hospital and to leave her, you would hear her from like way outside. You would still hear her screaming. And it used to really break my heart. So every day I would go there. How no, she was getting better. Is when they first put her hanger up, it's like she couldn't do anything, she couldn't move. And then all of a sudden she would, like few weeks after, you would see, when you go there, you see her putting herself like this, doing all sorts, twisting and turning like, and I said, oh my God, yes, she getting better, whatever. And then the doctor said to me like, few days time they're going to take it out. And like you would go this day and would just see her without this thing hanging up again. Oh my God, I'm telling you, that used to be like a big joy. And like after a while it would take her home or something. But the unfortunate thing happened just before her birthday. So she spent her first birthday in hospital. So that was like about 7-8 months. She came out and she was at home. And my uncle took her up and have her in her arm. And for some reason it's like, you know, when you hold baby and they jerk back, she jerked back and the exact same spot broke again. Oh my God, let me tell you, I was at work. And it's one of them same bad girl. They saying, go and tell me. And just take my head and just licking the wall. So I'm just licking the wall and they hold me. Because I said, no, I'm going to deal with this again. Because I said, the pain you must be feeling, you know, no, really myself is the pain you must be feeling and what you must be going through. So I head straight home and I went to the hospital with you. Again, we did the same thing, they hung you up again. I said, Jesus, what is this? And we spent your first birthday there. We had a nice little party in the hospital. We carried balloons, cake, everything nice, and we had a lovely birthday in the hospital. That was the first birthday. And between that and a few years ago, can't remember which year, it's what, 14 times she has broken her bones, from finger to leg to
tibia
to
everything. Well, not everything, God forbid, but I've broken quite a lot of bones, quite a lot of bones.
Yeah.
And
most times she can tell her that yes, something is broken. Yeah. She can tell you.
And to be honest, I didn't do anything major to break these bones. It was like, I remember one significant time actually. I was doing PE in year 6, and we had to jump over this hurdle. Now I didn't really think much of it because you know you don't want to like you don't want to sit out really because you know you're a child. So I remember it was my turn, right? And then I ran up to the hurdle, jumped over it, and did not make it over the next side properly. The landing was me sprawl out on the floor, like skin out. Worse how PE, if you forget your stuff, you got to do your PE in the bloody knickers. But yeah, I literally landed on the floor, and I had broken below the knee. I had sprained the knee, and I remember when I landed on the floor, the only thing I remember calling out was one of my male friends' name. And the teacher that took that PE class, he left the school.
He left.
The trauma of it, he left the school completely. And then the ambulance came, the paramedics, and we was on the 3rd floor because it was 5 or 6. Was it 5 or 6, isn't it? And the ambulance came and everyone was like, oh my god, is Tabby gonna be alright? But I do remember when I went back to school with the cast on, I was actually placed in reception because I could not walk up them stairs. And at lunchtime, everyone used to come and look for me. I felt like a celebrity. Everyone was like, I'm gonna go look for Tabia, and they used to push me around, and you know, it was nice. Like, it was nice. It was sad, but it was nice. Yeah, it was nice.
It was nice because to be honest with you, it's government, the country here, yeah, it is very good when you have kids like with like illnesses or disability or whatever, because I used to provide transportation that takes us to school every morning, drop me back home, take me there. Me used to come lunchtime, I can't remember, and used to take me for in the evening and drop us back home. Yeah, it's like back in the time. I'm not gonna lie, it's like it spoiled us, which I really appreciate. And
when I was a baby with the brutal brain, but I'm not saying it.
I have the big picture somewhere.
Do you have it somewhere?
See one of the album, we can't get to it now. One of these days, I remember I tell you edit it, we can find it and something. Which other time you broke a bone over your part really? So though, yes, one time again she was coming from school. I didn't go and get her, but I know at that time a lot of kids coming to our area because walking distance, you know, all the schools in catchment area and stuff. And some bike man, how that went there? Some bike man was riding and must something when he fell over and broke your elbow.
I can't remember that was
Yeah. So the bike man, I guess the bike man was coming behind her, and you know, some people gas up or something and make that funny sound, and she started run off and she fell over and broke her elbow. It was so bad that she had to put pins in there for a year, and then they asked me if I wanted to leave in or if I want to take out after a year, and I said, you know what, let me take it out, because after a while I could actually feel the pins in, and I said, you know what, so she had to go back to theatre to take out the pins.
Oh my gosh, can I tell you?
Yeah, so
that putting on the shit is no joke.
Yeah.
It literally feels like your breath is gonna you know, it literally feels like I'm gonna take out your breath.
I was in there when I put in her under, and to be honest with you, it was
it's not nice.
It was
it's literally gas. You feel like you're getting gassed, because I was very like, when it came to my medical life, I knew exactly what I wanted. Do you understand? When they gave me crutches, I said no. Give me a Zimmer frame because I can't handle crutches. Like, I was young, but I knew what I wanted. When it came to putting me on for the surgery, they said, can we inject? I said no. Give me the gas because I don't want no injection. But let me tell you, that gas life, it was like my eyes was rolling back. You just lose everything.
Well, you know, it was so quick though.
Really?
It was so
yeah, quick. He goes,
by the time he said what flavor you want, and you said strawberry, and they put it in and put it over your nose. You didn't. I don't think you make it too.
Really? No, must have never been. Not so quick, man.
Listen, you might feel like it was very long, but to be honest, it was so quick, and that's, to be honest, I was sad, but that's what kind of give me a little peace of mind, because the way I miss you and thing at first, and then you was gone out, and I say, you know what, at least you know, struggle like you want to get. I mean, no, they have to do the surgery. Can we just decide, and then they say, okay, I must go in her room and wait and thing. And then they come back for me and say, yes, I can come now. You wake up and say, oh my God, I tell you.
But I can't lie, listen, that anesthesia, what they call it, anesthesia, it felt like I was there for hours, anesthetic. It felt like I was there for hours going, 1, 2, on top of that.
It was so quick.
That's how I felt.
It was so
But
quick
can
because I
I
was
tell
right
you,
there.
after the surgery, the pain.
And I want you to go in the theater as well. They say if you're going there, you might faint. You can't come inside here.
But
I said,
the
no, I have to go in
pain-
there with her. And they start to, I say, you know, it's for your own good, so let me just leave.
The pain after surgery, hi boy, that pain was like nothing before. The one putting it in the pin and taking it out, and then all the blood and it's very messy. It was a very messy. To be honest, my childhood and adolescence, I had a lot of breakage. And I think the worst one was what they call a hairline fracture, because that shit does not heal, my friend. I think that was what I was in hospital for
When
the
it's
last
broken,
time.
it's better. When
Yeah.
it's a hairline fracture, no.
Because when it's broken, it snaps completely. So your bone completely snaps. So you can proper mend. When it's a hairline fracture, it's
Just
only
crack.
it's a crack. So it feels like there's a wind always passing through it, or it just never heals, and that is very
hard to detect.
Yeah, it is very hard to detect. Unless you, even on X-rays, it's still hard to
see,
detect. But with me, I know my body. Like I could tell you if it's a break, if it's a hairline fracture, if it's something slipped, I could tell you. But you know what? The best part of having this thing, it sounds bad. It might sound like a bit of a crackhead, right? But when they give you that gas and air, oh my, it's the sweetest thing. Listen, every time I would break the bone, I would tell them, gas and air, please. Gas and air, please. Remember one time I finished a whole cylinder.
And then she start laughing and carrying with us.
Listen, I don't know if you just know the
Then
gas
the
and air,
laughing
right?
starts.
But the cylinder is so big, I finished the whole cylinder. It was so
But I
fun.
must really say thanks to this country, because she was with Great Almond Street Hospital until they moved her to
yeah.
Houston. And I tell you, they never leave us, I'm telling you.
It's true.
One thing I can tell you, anybody who is sick in this place, I'm telling you.
It's a God-blessed country for anyone with a disability,
Oh my
a
God,
sickness.
the way that
They probably care for you. Even when me and Mum had to go to appointments in our Great Ormond Street, they would send a car for us, a courtesy car, and they sent us on holidays. I was seen by the top professional doctors they were so intrigued, because back in them days, I was a black child with a brittle bones. I was like this, I don't know, this thing, like they've never seen. They were so fascinated. So I used to get like monthly checkups and my eyesight, my head measurement, because they were just like, how do you look so normal? Like we're not used to this. You're meant to be looking a bit more.
Yeah, you're supposed to have your hand set funny and your this set funny. You're supposed to short and look your head look funny, you know. But
like I used to get CT scans and to see if I'm developing properly. To see, you know, they gave me calcium pills. Never really took them, to be honest, but they gave me calcium pills, vitamin, like they properly looked after
every second.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to.
And I think as well in Britain there was a news, you know, the child had brittle bone, and they took the woman child away from her.
Yes.
Saying how she was abusing them, and then when it came down to it, the child had brittle bones. The child had brittle bones. Because what happens, right, the brittle bone disease, it skips a generation, but in my case it didn't. But in a way it did. Well, I don't know, because Daddy don't really have it as severe as me. He's never broken a bone, but he troubles with his foot. He has? Okay, but I'm sure he ain't never broken 14 bones. No. So Daddy got it even more mild than I did. So I got it mild, but then it probably will skip my generation, and then maybe their generation will get it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a thing that skips generation.
But you know what? Your cousin in America, yeah? And she I think she had about 2 or 3 kids, and the government over there took the kids. And I was one that she called to write this letter, because the kids have the same brittle bone, but they don't really understand it much, because as Tabia was saying, black people don't really have this illness. So they took the kids, and she was fighting to get the kids back and stuff. So she was telling them about Tabia, and they have some family in Canada as well. The same time Tabia was breaking, they're over there breaking, and it's just a family thing really. All of them eyes look blue, yeah. So it's not like it only happened to her, it happened to almost all the children.
Because I think it skipped grandma's generation, because she didn't really break any bones. So obviously, and then the thing about it, Daddy was a twin. So the thing is, Daddy was a twin, but his twin had it more severely, because she died in the womb.
I was always praying about this illness, always praying about it.
So I mean, even though I've broken like a few bones, well, I'll say a bit more than a few, because a few is what, 2, 3? But I've broken I've broken more than a dozen bones. That sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But even though I've broken that many bones, I don't think I would change anything, because through breaking my bones, I guess they've gotten stronger, and I was very spoilt during those times as well. So I don't think I would take back those, you know, those times. And every time I did break a bone, they were like, if I call the ambulance now, I kid you not, they are here within a flash. It's like my name is in some kind of database. Just if Tabia calls or if Julsz calls, make sure you go there. Don't even ask. But listen, if I call the ambulance right now and say ahem, they're here. Even if I say like I'm sick, I have a fever, like anything, they are here in a flash. I remember big up Dr. Valerie. Sister Valerie at North Mid. Yeah, big up Sister Valerie. I love my Sister Valerie. You know,
oh my God.
Sister Valerie is the best ever. Like, she took a liking to us, and every time we went to the fracture clinic, she'd be like, you again? She'd be like, you again? And then because we built that bond with her, I was never there for long. Like, I was always being seen. People would look after me. Like, when we was on the ward, we was like, oh, poor Sister Valerie. Sister Valerie would tell you shit, and
she was right.
Mum would be like, Corbin Street. They, like, trust me, like,
I don't mess with them. I don't mess with them.
The doctors probably they knew us, and they treated us really good. I can't fault them. Like, I cannot fault the healthcare system in England. No time ever. No time, never. I had physio, I had water physio,
everything.
So many things. Like, they tried everything to make me as comfortable as possible. Like, I can't fault them. I cannot fault them whatsoever. And I would love for one day to give back to the Brittle Bone Society, and even to just go to a conference and like give a speech, or to give like a biopic and just say like, don't give up on your dreams, kids, because Brittle Bone does not define you. You can still be great. You can still do anything you want to do. Cause me, I do everything. You know me. I walk, I run, I eat, I do all this stuff. The only thing I say, when you do have brittle bones, it's not good to be fat, because it adds extra pressure on the bones. But my life hasn't been altered because of my disease or my illness. Because if you didn't tell her, baby, more. To be honest, no one even knows. I'm 100% sure the majority of you guys didn't even know I had brittle bones. It's just, you can't tell. You can't tell by the way I look or anything.
While the other color ones, we don't want to talk as if like older, but those other ones, once you see them, you know something's wrong. You can tell, God bless them all. Some of them hands sit all like this, like this, it goes so, then you come back, so then it goes so. And some of them then just lie on a flat thing. They can't get up, they can't sit up, they can't nothing,
everything like that.
So that is why they puzzle. You sure you have it? Yeah. Because you look so normal. Yeah. What are you doing here?
Right?
Like, you know?
And then it's like, when you do have brittle bones, your head tends to be a bit bigger. Like, quite bigger than. So they measure your head, they measure your skeleton. Like, I can't fault them, honestly. I have to give it to the NHS. They did a bloody good job in monitoring me throughout my childhood and my adolescence. Like, they did a brilliant job. Do you know what I mean? So, clap for the NHS.
At Great Almond Street.
Oh yes.
Thank you all. Thanks.
Yeah, honestly speaking, it was beautiful being treated by you all. You treated me like real royalty, like honestly. I was treated proper nice, like proper royalty and everything like that. I can't fault the doctors. They made me feel really good about myself.
You got
and they were always so encouraging. When I broke, if I needed a wheelchair, they'll provide it, and brand new, brand new wheelchair and everything like
they
that.
Give her a laptop to make sure that she's comfortable.
You should have seen little Julsz. You should have seen Julsz with us in my frame.
We just mentioned it and it was right there.
But yeah, guys, my battery's gonna die. So before it dies, please go over to Prestige J's channel and check out her channel. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, thank you for commenting. Remember, over here we have a good time all the time, and I'm Julsz Tymm.